Tink, hello. Coming in with that raid. Hi, Tink. It's good to see you.
Is it Verizon here? I need to bug you later this week. Nope. There will be a direct check.
Mic check. Is that better? Can everyone hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I'm just going to do a couple of announcements before we march, and then we're going to march. And I just want to let you all know ahead of time that the march is about 1.5 miles. So we have car support. If you would like to drive your car instead, just let me know ahead of time and we can get your car worked into the car support so that you can make it safely to the other side. Sorry, just gonna pull up my notes because I have to remember all these announcements. So these are just a couple of announcements for streamers and just to kind of let you guys know where we're at. So if a speaker asks not to be streamed or on video, you can direct the camera only to record the ASL interpreter right here. Please make sure to keep the ASL interpreter in frames at all times. So if you are recording, it's more accessible if you do keep the ASL interpreter in frame at all times, please. There's a bathroom near the end of the march, so if you guys need to use the bathroom, it's about, I think it's like a 4 to maybe 5 minute walk from our ending location. So if you need to use the bathroom, just let one of us know and we'll direct you to the nearest bathroom. And then we also have a handout for press, so if you are press, if you could come find me, then I can give you the handout. The press members have been given a yellow band on their arms, so if you notice a press member having a yellow band either on their arm or a piece of tape that's yellow on their leg or on a piece of their clothing, that's because we have had a conversation and we all have mutual respect for each other and an understanding from each other, and that's just really important while we're out here for all of our protection. So I just want to thank the streamers for being out here and the press for being out here, and I want to thank all of you guys again for being out here. Water is life. It's very important to our people. It's very important to everybody. So we're going to give a little bit more explanation, I think, while we're here. We're going to have some speakers at the end of the march, and then from after that, the march will be ending. So we'll go ahead and I'm trying to see if there's any other information you need. I'm sure you saw on the flyer that this march is in solidarity with the Standing Rock Youth. This morning at 9 a.m., youth from the Standing Rock and Cheyenne River Sioux Nation youth held a 93-mile run to the Cannonball River. That Cannonball River is, oh my gosh, I'm so terrible at pronouncing this.
You got this. Osheti Shakui.
Thank you so much. Osheti Shakui. Sorry, I'm terrible at pronouncing. And I did not want to mess that up. That land is sacred. They marched to the camp and demanded that Biden stop the Dakota Access Pipeline. It is a common misconception that the building has stopped on the Dakota Access Pipeline, and it has not. The government always has ways around things. This is not the first time I've said this, and so that's why we're out here. So we're going to go ahead and start the march, and we're going to have some drummers and some singers, and then we're also going to have some chants. So thank you guys again.
Yeah.
Mini with Johnny!
Johnny!
with Johnny, water is life! Mini with Johnny, water is life!
Mini with Tony!
Water is life!
Mini with Tony!
Water is life!
Have you talked to the carpenter yet? Yep, talked to him. Get worked into this. I'm just streaming over here.
Just streaming over here. Hi.
Top phone.
Hi, little camera and Jack's shoulders.
Top crashing my Hello, police.
Well, it's a cop, right? That's the.
What is up, cops?
I've not good authority that this specific camera.
Sorry. This specific camera is a cop. Say ACAB. ACAB? Yeah. ACAB. Right there, ACAB. All cops are bad.
I got like super zoomed in on your eyes. You look so creepy.
Yeah. King Anarchy. He dubbed your camera a cop.
He did, and then it was forever known.
I know. King Anarchy. There were people that were mad at me after he punched me. And I'm like, are you
for getting punched?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over here.
Is your stream work good today?
When I'm here, that's I'm lost. It's for dad or kids. So I'm fucking here. Like, I'm gonna represent my people. I'm representing my dad.
Hey, Christina. Hamoon. Kind of had a little break. If you want to support the local Portland Indigenous people that have put this event on, there's a Cash App in the stream title. Absolutely no pressure, but if you have a little bit, a couple dollars or something to toss up their way, it'd be super helpful. Hey, Rex Parka. Let's see. I got a pamphlet. Hey, out to sea.
So just to make another quick announcement, we have a few people that would like to join the car support, so we're just going to give them a couple more minutes to pull their cars around, and then we'll be starting the march probably in about 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll be headed over to that side of the road over there.
Basically, the point of this protest is they're demanding that Biden calls for the pipeline to be emptied and declared illegal. I think they're working on it. I think there's gonna be a high chance of success of this protest being, not specifically the Portland one, but this is in solidarity. But I think overall, I think that pipeline. Yeah, that's fucking scandalous. that is.
I don't envy you. It's actually supposed to snow starting on Thursday. There's a we'll see how that goes. Hey, Cam.
They are the. Is that the American Indian? What's the breed? I don't remember. That.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I
Nope. Something.
Still have leave,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
taking what we have for granted.
What did you say the flag was called?
It is just a national, not a sales
Okay.
American Indian Movement.
That was it. Was it that one?
Thank you. I don't know who said that. But it's super quick. Hey Ray, loved your TikTok video.
Yeah, it's the American Indian Movement. I didn't remember the last letter. Thanks, Chris.
Hopefully her fireplace. Thank you, Jennifer.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, that's what this is in solidarity with.
I haven't seen any camera days too, because I got one that's on a closed channel. So it's
that middle pole off of that. Somebody keep moving it. They got.
Hey.
thanks, Elaine. It's Route 34. That sounds about right. It's forecasted to snow the next few days, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's what they say anyway. I'm not going to look stuff because every time I do snow, I get sad. I'm so glad you guys are doing it. I had a great time there. I really wish we could go back, honestly. I feel the same way about Louisville. But you can't be everywhere. It's hard. I'm thinking about going to Minneapolis next month for the Derek Chauvin trial. I'm not sure about that yet, but I wanted to see about talking to some people. I know Ninja's definitely in. I wanted to talk to Gary Floyd and see if he'd be down to go, because I'm sure he would love to speak at a lot of those events, and I'm sure they would love to have him speak at some of the events that I'm sure they'll be having around that trial. Yeah. If Gary wants to go, I'll buy his ticket. My thoughts on the Senate impeachment trial? I watched some of it today on Malcontent's stream. I'm glad that they noted that it is in general constitutional to try a former president. It's insane that would try to be a question, but yeah, they agreed on that. So now it's moving forward to the trial. I hope that it's going to be a 2/3 majority, right? I really hope that it happens, but it's not looking likely. Deanna, it's in the title. I'm in Portland. It's in March. Right now it's in March. About to be in March to stop the production on the Dakota pipeline. Yeah, from what I understand, he hasn't put out since he hasn't been out since he got hurt in the Let that out there. I don't I'm not talking right now. I'm quiet. Yeah, my mic is pointed that way, but it's just too much to turn around right now. It'll be better in a Yeah, we're just waiting right now. Right now, like I said earlier, the car brigade is getting into place. They're getting started. Nice. They keep the car safe. And after that, the car can go. I know it's quiet when I talk. It's because the bike is going in the wrong direction. But to point it back to me, I'm just going to keep it out. Sorry. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I heard about it though. Bucks won, right? It's crazy. Where's Rosa? I don't know. I heard that she's going through some stuff, so she's probably just taking some personal time. All I know. Sorry, fuck time right now. I know, I figured. Just wait a minute. Sorry. Look at turning off the light.
Hey, are we moving? Because we're moving. Stay together.
What's happening right now? Some people walk, some people didn't. I don't know what's happening. So we'll wait and see what happens. Yeah, I saw the SNL spot about Tom Brady. It was funny. I love SNL. Weekend Update is like my favorite segment ever. Sometimes I'll, if I don't have time to watch the whole episode, I'll just watch the Weekend Update part. Yeah, I've been with Radar Beam. He's cool. I don't know if he's going to be out here tonight, but I don't know. It's not over. It hasn't even started yet. We're waiting. You love for him? Awesome. I love Radar. I don't. He said he was coming out tonight. I didn't see him though. Hi, Marie. Sorry. I'm tired. I didn't sleep last night. Oh, thanks, Rat. Appreciate you. I do what I can. I don't play football though. Another light just went on. Weird. Look at turning off lights. Bruh, I wanna march. It's really hard to stay here and sit here on cold and shit.
like Adderall, but I forgot it. So if I'm a little spacey, it's because I didn't take my Adderall today and I'm tired. So sorry. Yeah, it'd be nice to have coffee, but I'm good. I think the majority of the group is still here, so I'm just waiting with them. I don't know what happened. Like a little chunk of people walked off from the group. Adderall is medicine for ADHD, but it can also help you awake. I mean, it's a stimulant, so it's probably why you see me smoking so many cigarettes, because I just try and stimulate my brain. What are you in college? Do you think that only people in college take Adderall and like only to get through like finals and shit? Are you insane? That's so funny. Hey, thanks Noah. Appreciate you. Yeah, if you guys want to throw some subs down, I've been on quarantine for 2 weeks, so I'm pretty far behind this month on like, rent and all that. So, can thank you if you can't do it.
Yeah, they want everybody to go down.
Let's move! Okay, we're moving. Okay.
Let's go! Okay, there we go.
Suburb be destroyed. There are other medications for ADHD. Yeah, there's like Wellbutrin. I tried that. It wasn't very good. I didn't want to try Ritalin because Ritalin kind of turned into a zombie. Adderall was like a sweet spot that really made me feel normal.
You like Ritalin?
I don't like Ritalin. It's too zombie-like.
No, I used to take it for like 10 years though.
I tried Wellbutrin. You just gotta like base your whole body on so direct. Yeah. That's like my one thing with the gun run. Like I want to gun run big, but it's like, dude. Oh yeah, I guess you could.
I would say I'm probably better than at rest.
But you can also just have the same thing, you just have to pour. So your camera looks good usually.
Yeah. Next is Seth Ness. Upgrade DSLR.
Okay, so do you have another Diet Dr. Pepper?
I got it. I found one.
Yeah, it works to film the backs of people. And there's no activity that the police would find unfavorable. Because you could identify someone by their voice.
So, although it is in the title, I will tell you one more time what this is. This is a march to stop the production of the pipeline.
And I am happy to be with you today. I know it's gonna lose this march, but here we go. I'm happy that Gap will still remember, and that's still important with most of us in our hearts. For those of us who were at Shakti and Shankoli, Sacrestone, and Rosebud camps that were in the Cheyenne River Reservation of Stony Rock, North Dakota. Thank you for remembering us that this is still a fight that needs to be still fought, because the pipelines are still in our ground, they're still poisoning our waters, they're still a threat to our own humanity and our own way of life. Not only our own way of life, not only our way of being, but to the animals that reside within us, within our territories. So Boipi Latonka, for coming here today, I shake you with a warm hand, and I embrace you in my heart, because I know that each and every one of the souls that came here today were here for a reason, because you felt calling and you came. Your spirit's here with us as we march today. And remember, as we march on this night, remember those who cannot march today. Remember those who lost their lives trying to protect our land from this pipeline. Remember those who received mortal injuries, serious injuries. They will never be the same again for this pipeline. And as we go about this march today, we all do it in safety and we stay together and have one each other's backs. Because without each other, there would be no community. There would be no anyone. Because my sister told me, and I will quote this again, we are one drop of water, but if we come together, we'll make a wave. And if we keep coming together and we keep close to each other and we protect each other and we stand by each other's side, we'll be able to overtake any obstacle that comes within our way. We'll be able to overcome anything that comes within our way because we are water. We can cut through stone. We can cut through metal. We can cut through life itself because we are the bringers of life. Man or woman, child or adult or elder, we're all here today because we understand the importance of what it means to have clean water. We understand the importance to me to survive freely without having to pay the government, without having to pay anything, because we know what it's like to struggle, to go without, to feel like you're nothing, to feel like you are nothing, to feel like you're gonna be nothing. But today, on this day here, we are together, we are something, and we are strong because we gather today, because we love our neighbors, we love ourselves, we love our community, and we love our city. Even though it's not what we wanted it to be, we can change that. But on this night right here, we have to stand here and remember that we are here for each other, and that we are here for the water, we are here for the city, and we are here for the homelessness and the people who do not have a voice. We are here for the people who cannot help themselves, and we are here to remember that love and community can accomplish any type of negligence or like negativity of all kinds, because you know they don't know what they do, they just get paid, you know, they get paid to do what they want, or they just don't really care. But guess what, like all of you guys here, Boipi Latonka, thank you, Pilamia Below, thank you for gathering here tonight, for coming here with us to march on this night into remembrance of the Dabble pipeline that is threatening the lives of my community back in South Dakota, that is threatening the lives of my brothers and sisters who are fighting just to survive. Boipi Latonka, Pilamia Below. That's all I have to say. So let's march with this chant, because I run to DC, so we're going to say, we run for our water, we run for our life, we run for each other, we run for our people. But today we march, and we march for our water, right? We march for our water. We march for our water. We march for our water. We march for our life. We march for our life. We march for each other. We march for each other. We march for the people. We march for the people. We march for the love of the voiceless. Wobula Tonka, let's go.
This is one thing that I learned from New York. They have so many flags, I was like, we need that. So the march is on. Remember, this is a protest to stop the production on the Dakota pipeline. Something that there's a misconception that it's already been taken care of because of Biden kind of posturing that that's what was happening, but that's really not the case. They're still working on production of the pipeline, which is left. I don't understand the people that say that they thought that this was going to be over. What, because Biden got elected? Did you really think, like, this was about Biden? I mean, just to me, that's indicative of not paying enough attention to what the message is. Like, it's not about Biden. It's about black people dying unjustly. And that is still happening. Oh no, my gimbal.
You can't go past the car brigade. What are you doing? This specific march is about the Dakota Pipeline, but I mean, tune in any other time and it's going to be about BLM stuff. But people constantly say stuff like that in the chat. They're always like, oh, I thought this was going to be over now that Biden's president. No, not at all. Not even a little bit. Thing is, okay, so for example, there's this chant that says, fuck Donald Trump, fuck Biden too. Both of them don't give a fuck about you. That's a pretty clear message that it's not about the president. It's about the system. How many times have you heard it's about the system? So why would why would Biden becoming president do anything for that? Unless he was actually going to make a difference, which we'll see. Probably not. And Snack Man. You guys might remember Snack Man. Shit. I'm good. I'm just, trying not to, fall in. Good thing I'm not falling into these train tracks right now. Whoa, shit.
My monopod just fell. Hey, fuck you, NWSC. What is that? You saying I'm rusty? What did I do? What did I do? You here? Cars in the front and the back are part of the car brigade to keep everyone in the middle safe. That's the point. I'm sure there's cars behind them that are being blocked. That's how it works.
My voice is hurting. It's so hurting. I sound like a fourth grader in puberty.
We march! And you guys repeat me. We march!
March!
For our brothers!
For our brothers!
We march!
We march!
For our sisters!
For our sisters!
For one nation!
For one nation!
We march for water!
We march for water!
We march for life!
We march for life!
We march!
We march!
For our brothers!
For our brothers!
We march!
We march!
For our sisters!
For our sisters!
For one nation!
One nation!
We march for water!
We march for water!
We march!
We march!
For water!
For water!
You guys want to see a really cool building?
We march!
For each other!
For each other!
We march!
We march!
For each of us!
For each of us!
We march!
We march!
For equality!
For equality!
We
Danny
march!
loves this building.
We march!
For us!
For us!
We march!
We march!
For you!
For you!
We march!
We march!
For our brothers!
For our brothers!
For our sisters!
For our sisters!
For each other!
For each other!
We march!
We march!
For equality!
For equality!
We march!
We march!
For the people!
For the people!
We march!
We march!
For each other!
For each other!
We march!
We march!
For our brothers!
For our brothers!
For our sisters!
For our sisters!
For our family!
For our family!
We march!
We march!
For our people!
For our people!
We march!
We march!
For the homeless!
For the homeless!
We march!
We march!
For the voiceless!
For the voiceless!
We march!
We march!
For each other!
For each other!
We march!
We march!
For love!
For love!
Let's go.
Crossed over 4 bridges in my own community. Thank you for being here, Mobile, Tonga!
Yes, because Trump did a great job of fixing all this in the last 2 years that he was here, right? I'm sure that was sarcasm. So check this out. So here you go. This is what. Everybody moved out of the way for the ambulance. You see that? What happens when the ambulance gets You're gonna drop it. By the way, this is a banner drop. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. Try to incite an insurrection. Are we just going to forget about that? That's trying to start a war on democracy. Doesn't that count? Happy with anything. I learned this a long time ago. No matter how peaceful the protests or no matter how crazy a protest gets and they get up in arms like, oh look, see all this shit, they'll never ever be happy with anything. No matter how peaceful, quote unquote, no matter anything. They'll never be happy. Because they change the goalposts. They move the goalposts constantly. And all they do is engage in bad faith arguments where they act like they have any semblance of listening or trying to really be civil about a conversation, and they don't. I think I learned this back in CHOP. This might be where we're dropping the banner. Okay, Okay, somebody just said, tell me how many drone strikes Obama ordered. First of all, they really have a hard time getting the fact that just because you don't like Trump doesn't mean that you like Democrats. But the other thing is, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how many, okay, you want to bring Obama into this? How many times did Obama try to incite an insurrection against the U.S. Capitol? We all saw it. Are you not going to talk about that? Or what? You have a justification for that too? I bet you do. Let's hear it. I know, right? Hear his explanation on his justification on the 6th of the insurrection. I really want to hear it.
Let our voices be heard tonight. This is our street. Many we Choni. Water is life. Many we Choni. Water is life. I can't hear you. Many we Choni. Water is life. Many we Choni. Water is life.
Beautiful Portland at night landscape. Let's do a quick one for you. Trump accountable. He is accountable. He literally told people to run to the Capitol building and to show strength. What do you call that? You name me one other president that's done that. Go ahead, I'll wait.
Please stop. Pull off to the right.
Exactly. No good cops, no good presidents. Dude, like, are you listening? I swear, they're not listening to anything. They're really not. It's like perfectly trying to say, oh, we should hold all the presidents accountable. Yeah, no shit, dude. Yeah, I know. That's what we've been fucking saying for the longest time ever. Drop the banner yet?
Yeah.
Oh, they just did? That just did. Sorry guys, I was walking with the front of the group and they went too far. I missed the banner drop, but we can look at it. They dropped the banner already? Yeah. They did? Yep. Where is it? Right over there. Over here? Yeah, I missed the banner drop. We'll go look at it. I totally missed the banner drop. There's the edge of the banner.
but
Do you know what the banner said?
it says shut down DAPL.
Okay, cool. So that's what the banner said. It said shut down DAPL. What kind of bullshit they spinning now? I haven't been able to look at the chat. What kind of bullshit they spinning? Yeah, we all watched it. We all watched the entire sequence of events go down. Go ahead. You go. Because that one guy, activist John, was there, but he has been canceled in every movement across the fucking country. Everyone hates him. He's not part of the movement. Yeah, his brother's a... Yeah, exactly. His brother's a Proud Boy. Everyone pretty much agrees that he's not welcome in any movement anywhere. So that's not Antifa right there. That's the best you got. I'm sorry. Lefty, that's what I'm talking about, dude. They cannot fathom that if you're not a Republican, that you might also be a Democrat. They just can't hold all that information in their brains. They just can't do it. Let's get some Ched Spuds in the chat. Let's get some Ched Spuds. People that have the Ched Spuds, I did that while I was on quarantine, so I know you guys are the real ones. Seven when I'm down for 14 days. Yeah, there it is, Bizzle. Garfield's Lefty. It's gonna talk about some Ched Spuds.
I need it back up there.
Sorry Facebook, you guys don't have Ched Spuds because Facebook doesn't let me make emotes. Sorry. You can always come over to Twitch. It's where we have a lot more fun anyway, probably. Of course we're doing stream by Chet's channel. It's happening all the time. Just like, they see me go live and they're like, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna disagree with it. I gotta disagree with it or else I'm not a patriot or some shit like that. It's so dumb. pipeline. You guys want to see a pretty famous Portland landmark?
No way.
This is a pretty famous sign in Portland, if you haven't seen it before. The old elk. What is going on back there? You got a lightsaber?
Call and get permission or somebody escort you outside.
Really gotta stop overtaking the cars. Cut off my 2-week quarantine. Right out from DC in New York. It was pretty cool. The whole thing was awesome.
We don't have a football team though. That's gonna be kind of hard. Yeah. Have a good night. Well, yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, we do need to get the Super Bowl. We've never been because we don't have a football team. Yeah. What is NAAM? Shit. Now I feel like I should know that. Back. Can't wait to get vaccinated so I don't have to quarantine after I travel. Where Fofo is. Right? This is no, never mind. This is a different food car area. God, there's so many. Chud Spuds. I'm not calling anybody Chud. I haven't called anybody Chud yet. Oh, there we go. Now we're where Fofo is. I miss Fofo. I miss that shawarma. Say hi to Fofo. Hey Fofo!
Hi. What's happening?
It's a march. It's to stop the Dakota pipeline.
Oh.
Yeah. It's the government's doing really bad things with indigenous land. So.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's for social justice.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Everybody want to say hi.
Bye. Hi, everyone.
Hey, she says hi, everyone. That's Fofo. I love her. One time after March, I got like one thing from 5 different food carts. It was so much fun. Yeah. Really? 2nd Avenue? Cool. Yeah, dude. Yeah, sweet. Okay. That was fun to see, Fofo. Is this light block? Huh? Is it light block? What is it? Light block? Like light block, you know? Get it like black block, light block. You know? I don't know anything. Never mind, it's a dumb joke. Oh, okay. The guy with the speaker, he's sound block.
Yeah.
LED Ninja.
Yeah, alright, there you go.
On YouTube.
Okay.
LED
Ninja on YouTube, everybody, check this out.
Portland.
I'm a huge LED fan, so
great.
I had to come over and look at this.
All right,
Awesome.
me too. This is my first time.
I was like, oh, they got lightsabers in the back? What's going on?
Yeah, I got more at home.
That's awesome. Anybody that's seen my home streams knows that I've just decked out in LEDs at my house.
You got a channel?
Yeah, mine's Concrete Reporting.
Concrete Reporting
Yeah,
on YouTube?
YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Periscope. Yeah, well, you're on it now.
Oh, okay.
What was it again? Say it again so people can find you.
LED Ninja in Portland.
LED Ninja Portland on like Instagram or
YouTube.
YouTube, you said.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've only been doing it for a month.
Just me and you smell tear gas.
No, I smell it too.
I just gotta fucking hit it. What the fuck? It's like... No, I smelled it and it instantly brought me back. It instantly brought me to like the JC. No, I smell tear gas. It's weird. Maybe it's just like
Water!
So we're gonna do a round dance first, and then we'll have some speakers. And we're here at the, if you don't know where we're at the Army Corps of Engineers. Army Corps is who is in charge of building the dams. Army Corps is who is in charge of building the pipelines. Army Corps is who is in charge of arguing against Biden for having the pipeline still continue. So that's why we're here. We're trying to get Biden to fully shut down the pipeline. And the Army Corps of Engineers here in Portland is one of 2 headquarters for DAPL, if you didn't already know that. Okay, we can have everybody make a circle the best that we can.
Inside this. And on the street, don't go up on the sidewalk.
Just on the street or on, like, into that part of the sidewalk.
So cool.
Okay, so if you're lower, we're going to dance in a circle. So if you're on the lower part, then you'll be part of the round dance. And if you're on the upper part, then you can just watch us if you'd like.
Are we the only ones?
Hello, Ian. What? I gotcha. Whatever, Ian. You're like, this is something that really tell me. Well, that's alright. Excuse yourself. I'm not that clever. I'm not a 4th grader. what the Democrats are doing right now for real this time. I don't give a shit.
I just want to share with everybody that my friend Steve Martinez, he's a political prisoner right now because of the No Gavel movement. He's in jail right now because he refused to bear witness in a federal grand jury. The feds wanted him to testify so they could try and keep themselves out of jail. Because the feds, they used ammunition and it could have blown a woman's arm off. Her name, I believe, is Sophie or Sophia. And Morton County Sheriff's launched a flashbang. It nearly blew her arm off. This was on November 20th, 2016, when they were really attacking us hard. So 4 years later, there's still trials to do with the Dakota Access Pipeline. My friend Steve Martinez is currently in Burleigh County Jail for refusing to bear witness. The feds tried to force him to bear witness so they could clear themselves from this horrific crime. He refused to testify. They took him to a secret court and sentenced him to 18 months in jail for remaining silent, for refusing to bear witness. So, even though we're not out there on the front lines, and Steve is certainly not on the front lines, we still have a lot of solidarity that we can show with the people who are fighting. Even if you're in jail, you can still show solidarity by remaining silent and not exposing people to risk by talking to a grand jury. So please, if you're a praying person, pray for Steve Martinez. He's doing the right thing by water protectors. He's remaining silent, and he's sitting in jail right now.
Are we writing letters?
Steve Martinez is in the Burleigh County facility. You can write him letters. He does probably want commissary. I have all this information. His partner sent me a message. There's a press release. It's from the Water Protectors Legal Collective. If you want to find it, Water Protectors Legal Collective. The man's name is Steve Martinez. And just know, what we're doing here is important, but you can do nothing. You can literally do nothing. And that is still important. It's still important. If you're watching from outside of Portland right now, and all you can do is watch, that's something. Even if you can't say anything about it, remaining silent is powerful. So use your words, but also be mindful and use your silence. And please pray for Steve Martinez. Thank you.
Free Steve Martinez! Free Steve Martinez!
I'm sure Steve isn't the only political prisoner. There's still other political prisoners people who are more familiar with the Water Protectors movement might be able to tell you the names of the people who are still incarcerated. I know Red Fawn Fallis was just recently released. She served 3 years in prison for a crime she never committed. She was framed by the FBI. Infiltrators came into our camp and framed her, planted a gun on her. They sent a man to seduce her. He used his guiles to plant a gun on her, and she spent time in jail for a crime she never committed. So, you know, I tell people this all the time: keep your core group tight, because you never know. So they could send. There's probably a federal operative right in here somewhere right now.
For sure.
You know who you are, and none of us are your friend. We all hate you.
Fuck you, dickhead.
Fuck
Can you hear me all right? Hello? Shazagini and Datyan, Del Achava Anlashi, Isha Shashani put all right. I hope you got this. Wakulisi na nukins gawi sasas Isha Shashani put all right. Nahawet any Namuma, Bahatwa Exama, Monishash, Isha Shashani put all right. Hello, all of you beautiful, wonderful people. I see you all tonight and I honor you all for standing here with each other. You are all amazing. You are all some really badass warriors. I see it in your eyes. I see it. I see it. Come on, guys, need some more laughter. People heal through laughter. We heal together, telling jokes, making fun of each other, teasing each other. It's all awesome to see you. Let's heal together. So I have a poem that I've written, and it's about many things, and if it happens to offend you, your colonizer is showing. So, hold on, let me get it up there. Hello everyone, my name is Isha. I already told you that. You can call me E. I go by she, her pronouns. I'm 17 years old. I represent the Indian Nations Academy in Portland State University as the 2020-2021 Miss Naimuma. So I might be royalty, but I'm a protester. I'm a protector. I'm a motherfucking warrior. This poem is called Endless Brown. Endless brown, and her eyes are as deep and brown as the Willamette River. You can see the grief, pain, sadness, happiness, and sorrow spin in her eyes like the currents, twisting and turning in a never-ending loop. You can see the strength of the stream of resilience as she looks at her traumas in her face. She fights the black snake, the greedy monster, the selfish paleface, with peace and education. She fights when she is forced to. If you look closely, you will see the anger in her eyes and the prayers of thousands of ancestors who stand behind her in the endless brown of her eyes. This is for the endless sea of little brown girls, for the little black girls, for all little girls who are forced to grow up and be adults by the time you are 12, raising kids, cleaning house, and sacrificing everything for a way out. This is for the endless brown of my homelands. My people stand on the front lines, standing tall. Rings of age and wisdom are easily shown on the elders' faces. They stand like the trunk of a tree. Their wisdom is passed down from generation to generation, breathed out in a quiet breath. As for in their time, it wasn't okay for them to have this knowledge. Their whispers, their laughs, their memories stay in my mind as I look in the crowd and don't see them anymore. Their tall trees are cut down, but their knowledge and wisdom still stays strong in that trunk of the tree. The roots of their knowledge still alive. Let the hope and the resilience keep that tree strong. I see this world through my endless brown eyes. My copper red skin only darkens in the summer. My brown hair and brown eyes look more intimidating than. I remember sitting at the lunch table holding my school lunch as all those pretty white girls scooted over with their homemade lunches and their nice water bottles, dining set. I laugh and joke with the boys, but I feel too afraid if I tease and make fun of them as the perfect white girls whose parents take them to school every day or on their nice bikes or cars, feeling I might hurt, or saying something irrelevant or too mean about who I am. They look at me and they make an image of someone who's bigger, meaner, and who's afraid they might hurt them. This is the image that they gave me, a little copper red skinned girl whose braids were messy and wore nothing but basketball shorts and oversized t-shirts. They gave me an image of a mean Indian monster who isn't like them, perfect white, and comes from a perfectly white family. I come from a reservation from a small town of endless brown and red-skinned people where we fight every single day. Endless brown, the dirt shifts under my ripped-up Vans, lava rocks rattling against my foot as I walk. The water is clear, the air is fresh. How long are we going to have that? I look around, the scenery is nothing but endless brown tall pine trees that touch the sky, mountains that have shaped our way of life, and our stronghold where the Modoc people fought. I lay in the water. My dark little brown cousins play in the sand, hunting little down little frogs, shooting them with BB guns, enjoying their luckiness to be here in our homelands. I smile and I laugh as the adults refuse to put their toes into the freezing water, but us kids are swimming amongst the fish. Some dive off the dock, some wade into the freezing water, but I lay perfectly still in the smooth waves of Medicine Lake. Oh yeah. First of all, this is our land. Get going. You want to talk shit? Remember whose land you're on. Hashtag land back, motherfucker. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm on my land, motherfucker. You get going. This is where I was put to protect with all these beautiful people. So fuck off. Where am I now? Hold up. Hold on. In this ground, I sit in the middle of endless spaces next to one of the strongest women I know. She fights for equal rights. She fights for MMIW. She fights just to fight. She is stubborn, she is loving, and she's one hell of a warrior. And I look up to you, Simona. Hearing your story, we sat in the middle of a big crowd of white faces. I listened to every word from you, and I honor you tonight. I thank you tonight. You inspire me to be a strong, hard-headed, and to fight in the most graceful but badass way ever. I look up to you, and I see nothing but endless love and respect. In the sea of young faces, I see you all. We are the answers to our ancestors' prayers. I see you and I honor you. We have a bright but bumpy future in front of us. We will continue this fight in a good way. Walk, talk, and learn the ways our ancestors have. We will teach, speak out, and have no fear. When they continue to oppress us, we will link arm to arm and fight against them. This is our way. This is our time, and this is our way of healing. I see you, young adults, and I am excited for you. I honor you, and I want to fight with you. Not fight you, but fight alongside you. Well, let's go ahead I want to fight with you. Us youth have to stick together before this world crumbles in front of us. We have to stick together so that when our elders go to continue their journey, that they know that the world is safe in our hands. As we were taking care of as children, we will take care of Mother Earth. And when we fight for our Mother Earth, the oppressors and the faces of greed will see our endless sea of faces who are painted with strength and resilience. So to all of you youth and future generations, I honor you. I love you. You are strong, you are loved, and you are important and worthy of every praise. To the endless tears of our ancestors, whose tears run like a river, I honor you tonight for your strength and for the resilience that you have passed down to us who all stand here, fighting and protecting the water in Mother Earth. Tonight we pray, stand, fight, and heal together. We honor who have all sacrificed so much to be our standing rock. We stand and we fight in a good way, in a way to make you proud. To the endless sea of faces here tonight, I honor you. Let's march and fight in the best way we can and honor the land and the water. This is our way. Walk in this world in a good way, in a good and gentle way. Talk and speak kindly to others. Protect and praise one another. We all walk a difficult path. Love one another. Remember to wear your damn mask and social distance from our elders and for ourselves. Have a good night, everyone. And remember, hashtag land back, hashtag Black Lives Matter, hashtag no more stolen sisters, hashtag save our children, and hashtag abolish ICE, and hashtag fuck Dapple. from the
Put the
challenge to
microphone
motivation.
up to your mouth.
And I would like to say something that I wrote a part of Standing Rock, because I am part of the International Disease Council that was started in Standing Rock. So if you guys can go with me, I would like to read something I did with,
Keep it up there.
3 years ago. Let me sit down. So this piece that I created is called Everything Will Be Okay. Controversial times and high-stress topics can often cause us to feel feelings that are out of our control. Even when the bad vibes and negative influences cross our path, remember everything will be okay. We might not see it in this moment. We cannot give up or allow our time to be stopped. We cannot change what has already been done. All we can do is remember and ensure it does not happen again. Because the reality is, control is simply an aspect of the mind. Something we can imagine one has over themselves or others. For example, our bodies breathe air and pump blood subconsciously. Yes, our brains send signals to our lungs and heart to make them pump. But it's not a conscious decision that our body makes. Same with life. Bad things happen, we make mistakes, we all fall down, we all get hurt, but we must always take a breath and get back up and fight even stronger than before. You have to be strong. You have to be strong-willed and you have to be resilient, just like our bodies will to keep its heart and lungs pumping. Knowledge comes from the mind, passion comes from the heart, endurance comes from the body. The soul is what brings the three together and allows them to flourish. We must learn that these things will not always be perfect. But that's the beauty of it. We are all perfect. We all could be the same, but it's what our flaws is what makes us unique. They are what makes us beautiful. It's how we treat ourselves, our mind, body, spirit, and the world around us. That's what matters. I believe our thoughts are the gateway to our true happiness, for everything is possible. If one is willing to make that change, the path will be full of hardship and tests of the mind, the body, and the soul. Well, plus the spirit. We must plant these seeds of our dreams, but like a flower needs nourishment from the mind, the warmth of the sunlight of our hearts, and a safe room to grow within ourselves. Sometimes we must take a step to break that from the comfort of ourselves. Not to run away from our problems, but to take that second breath and remind ourselves where we come from. We are where we want to be. Sometimes it's these imperfect things that keep us grounded. It reminds us that we are human and we cannot always have control. But take the time to listen, not just with your ears, but with your hearts, but with your minds and your souls. I cannot stress the importance of breathing. Take in the positive energy and exhale the stress, the anxiety, the anger, and the depression, what comes along with being who we are. Allowing ourselves to love itself, for this world needs love now more than ever. Become the love and the hope. Become that strength, that endurance. For no matter how we feel, we are never truly at a loss. Life forces us to dig deep within the earth so our roots can spread and strengthen us. To make room for the light and the balance the dark can never give. Never stop trying, because if you try at life, if you never try at life, you never know what life is. Yes, it might feel like the winter breeze as you pray for the summer spring to wash away the old and replenish the new. But just like the winter breeze, it brings hardship. It brings acknowledgement to who we really are and how far we can really go. You remember that water is important. It brings life. It brings hope on this journey that we live. It can carve through stone. It can bring tidal waves. It can heal itself. Water is the most important thing of all. It is the giver of life, so let it birth love and light, because sometimes the darkness cannot do that. So love and light must prevail, because we are human beings. And this is what conquers the darkness. Love must come from within, so next time you fall, next time you stumble, next time you feel like nothing is left, just turn over and look at the stars. Remember where you come from, because the stars will guide us back to our way, back to our path, where we need to be. Pray that the water, and pray with the water. Be the water. Remember, we love you, I love you, and we're here together. Wabila Tanka. This is something I made 3 years ago. Kalani Abella, this is all I have to say.
Okay, I don't think we have any more speakers. Do we? We don't have any more speakers, do we, guys? Indigenous Black? Anybody?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch out there.
I'll go.
Come on, somebody. Say something. Yeah.
You know what? That's a bad idea. I'm not gonna talk too much. I wasn't able to make it to Standing Rock because when that was happening, I was in and out of the hospital. Dan, still a teenager, couldn't convince my parents to let me go to South Dakota and fight the government. But I have fought to protect water. A couple of years ago, some folks and I occupied the Washington State Capitol up in Olympia, demanding that Jay Inslee stop all oil construction because it was putting the salmon at risk. If you've gone to these indigenous-led events, you will have heard by now about the salmon and how it's in danger. The salmon is sacred. There's a reason that a lot of tribal members up here talk about it. It's because it's part of their culture, it's part of their way of being, it's part of their life. And we need the water to survive so that the salmon can survive. But we need the water to survive for life in general to survive. I try to remind people, like, when you're fighting battles like this, it's not as complicated as the media makes it seem, you know, as liberals make it seem. They try to make it seem like we have to talk to these politicians and we have to come to understandings and we have to write new laws and new bills and we have to make decisions based on tribal governments and all of this shit. And it's really not that difficult. It's a matter of life or death. That's it. That's it. You choose if you're going to be on life's side or if you're going to be on death's side. And if you're for life, then you're going to protect the water. If you're for life, then you're going to put an end to these pipelines. You're going to put an end to these oil structures. Like, if you're for life, you will put an end to these corporations. It's not hard. It's that simple. That's it. And so when you're having these conversations with people who aren't out here, with people who aren't fighting, who try to argue their way into making it seem like it's not important, remind them, how are you alive right now? Have you had something to drink in the past 24 hours? Have you drinking water in the past week? Have you taken a shower? Have you washed your face? Have you brushed your teeth? Have you eaten food that was grown on a farm using water to water those seeds? Like, that's it. It's literally a matter of life or death. I don't know what to say to get it through people's heads. I mean, there's so many issues that come with these pipelines. Not just them poisoning drinking water, but when these pipelines come, so do the man camps. And that's, you'll hear a lot of indigenous people say that, man camps. And what we mean by that is when these invaders come to indigenous lands for their projects, whether that's a pipeline or whether they're mining for natural resources or they're building a museum or whatever on stolen land, they bring all these construction workers and all these pipeline workers
who most of the time are cis men, which most of the time turn out to be abusers and really shitty people. And we call those man camps because they have to go and they stay there, and they build these camps for the workers to stay in. And the workers know that because they're on tribal lands, because they're on reservations, a lot of federal laws don't a lot of like state laws, and I'm pretty sure federal laws don't apply to reservations. So people in these man camps know that they can commit horrific crimes and get away with it. And so a pattern that we see is wherever these pipelines go, wherever these man camps go, the rise of missing and murdered indigenous women, trans, non-binary people, girls, children. The numbers of missing and murdered indigenous people go up wherever these pipeline projects are. And that's because of these man camps. So not only are these pipelines poisoning our waters, but the people who are coming to build these pipelines to poison our waters are also kidnapping people. They are sexually assaulting people. They are murdering people in horrific ways. A lot of people's family members and loved ones who have gone missing, who have been found dead, are not found in one piece, are usually found with their clothes ripped off, their hair cut off. It's horrible. And that type of violence goes where these pipelines go. My family's town, the area that my family is indigenous to, down in like central, southern Mexico, we don't have clean water anymore. We used to have a river that my dad told me stories about. He used to go swimming in there. He used to fish. They used to shower in that water, play in it. There was also like underground rivers that they would get drinking water from. But that doesn't exist anymore, and there's no clean drinking water, and my family has to drive to a different town to pick up gallons of drinking water to bring back. And when I asked why, I thought maybe global warming or something, but that happened so fast. I mean, just from my dad's childhood to like me, that's only like 25 years. Like that happened fast for a whole river to dry up, multiple rivers to dry up. And what happened is the corporations, usually United States corporations, come down to Mexico because it's cheaper for them, and they come and they drain up all our water. And that's exactly what happened to my family's hometown. So we don't have clean water anymore because of corporations, and a lot of towns in Mexico are like that. And now that Mexico is becoming all dried up, the United States is poisoning their own water. You guys, we need to stop these pipelines at all costs. I don't want to march for this anymore. I don't want to speak on this anymore. I don't want to yell that water is life. Like, we really have to remind people that water is life. I'm tired of this, and I'm so young, and our elders have been fighting for this for much longer than we have. Like, we can't keep marching for this. It's time for direct action. It's time for direct action. And if somebody has to talk shit on direct action, remind them what Standing Rock was. Standing Rock is direct action. When you go and you build a blockade to literally stop these pipelines from being built, that is direct action. When you go and you fuck up all their equipment so they can't build the pipeline, that is direct action. That is what we need. Okay, I want to remind you guys, we are in a climate crisis. We are in a water crisis. We are in a food crisis. We are in a pandemic. We don't have time to keep marching anymore. It's time for direct action. And I know DAPL is far away from here.
But I do want to remind you guys, there is a pipeline factory here. I'm just saying. There is a lot of Chase banks around here that are funding these pipelines. There is a lot of Amazon offices and an Amazon warehouse that I know is probably funding these pipelines. They're funding everything. Like, we don't... I would like to become an elder one day. And I don't know if that's going to happen with the route that we're going in this climate crisis. So, I'm sure there's been many call-outs for direct actions, but I really want to instill in this, you guys, direct action is needed. I need you guys to step up. I know there's pipelines on this side of the states as well. They're all over. It's time to take action. It's time to literally save humanity. Water is life. And it's time to respect that. One more thing I want to say, go back on the prayer aspect. Something that I learned from Grandma Aggie. I feel really blessed to have been in her presence, to have heard her teachings, and do water ceremony with her. Something that she said a lot when talking about the water is how a lot of us stopped talking to the water and we forgot that the water has a spirit. You know, water is life, and we mean that on so many levels. The water has a spirit, and that spirit is watching and listening, and it feels everything we do. And I wonder when the last time most of us spoke to the water. Like, think about it. When was the last time you spoke to the water? The last time you thanked the water for giving you life. The last time you thanked the water for hydrating you, for cleansing you, for giving you food to eat. You know, most of us are born from our mother's womb or our parents' womb. And that womb is filled with water. So we are literally born from the water. Our bodies are made mostly of water. We need water to survive. I don't know what to say. Water is life. And so I want to remind people to thank the water, you know, to thank it every time you pour a glass of water to drink. Even this bottled water, I mean, I feel really fucking shitty because I know it's stolen water that is bottled in plastic and manufactured and sold right back to us, but it's still sacred. I'm still going to thank it when I drink it. And so I want to remind you guys to do that, to speak to the water. Like, when you go and shower, thank the water for cleansing you, for cleansing your skin. Even if you're not spiritual, I mean, it doesn't hurt to practice gratitude. Thank it. Thank the river. Thank the rain. We get a lot of rain here. Maybe not this year. It's kind of scary. But usually we get a lot of rain. When it rains, thank the rain, because without the rain, we wouldn't have these beautiful forests. We wouldn't have these berries. We wouldn't have these rivers, these fish. Just remember, the water has a spirit. We're in a climate crisis, and the youth need you to take direct action now. Thanks.
Okay. They all pretty much said everything I was going to say. However, something that I have noticed recently is a lack of literacy in Indigenous American culture from everybody who is not Indigenous American. Y'all did not do your research, and you stand here in support, but I wonder, like, how many of you actually know what you're supporting here? And would you have known if we hadn't told you? So, obviously, I'm one person, and I am from, like, one area of, I'm from multiple tribes, but, oh wait, I never introduced myself. I'm not going to bother with that right now. But I'm from the Howe Plateau area of Warner Springs, Yakima. And so I could not speak on everything. I can't speak on all of us. That's one of the first things that I think people forget when talking with us as Indigenous American people. We're not one tribe. In fact, there's thousands of us. thousands of different tribes, and there's only 500 or so that are federally recognized. And there are a lot of indigenous people who are members of tribes that the U.S. government does not recognize, and they are just as valid. Thank you. Also, yes, and within all those cultures, we are all very different. A common thing, though, I think in a commonality between us all is respect, mutual respect, and we don't do shit if you can't respect us, or if you can't respect people. I think the big underlying issue with the missing and murdered Indigenous women, trans and two-spirit people, along with other people, why it's such an issue is people have no respect for us. And unless you are actively doing the work every single day, you still will subconsciously see us as the dirty little redskins. So you need to work on that at all times, because that's not what we are. We are way more than that. We are actually human. We are not subhuman. And I think, especially in Portland, you guys need to start treating us like that. Even the quote-unquote allies in Portland still treat us as less than oftentimes, I've noticed. And I don't know why the fuck y'all be doing this on our land. Like, that's so disrespectful. And I'm tired of it. And it is awful that I'm, you know, at 20, I have to tell you that I'm a human, right? And the reason I'm telling you, even though this is like an event that usually like leftist people attend and stuff, is because even leftist people, even the quote-unquote most progressive group of people here, struggle to see us as real people. The other thing within that I've spoken about before, and it's part of like why water is life and stuff, but a lot of people don't realize, and then kind of microaggression-y about especially when talking to me at least, and only know my experience. But people, a lot of Indigenous American cultures, you know the circle of life from Lion King? That is a very similar way to how a lot of us, our cultures, interpret the world. And we as humans, there is no subhuman. Even animals, plants, rocks, the water are all equal to us. And there is no such thing as a subhuman. There's no such thing as any of that. And so the land we're on, the trees that are giving us shade or giving us food or bark, the water, the air that we're breathing in, and the water that we drink, all has a spirit, and it's all equal to our own spirit. Water is so important, and we couldn't get anywhere forward without water. I'm grateful that you guys showed up also, because it was the Standing Rock youth who called this and the Action for Solidarity. And I appreciate you guys showing up to listen for youth. You know, we are the 7th or the 8th generation. We are the generation that our ancestors prayed for. And I don't know, sometimes it doesn't feel like it, because nobody gives us any amount of respect, really ever, honestly. So I'm glad that there's some now. Yeah, and I guess I really need you guys to do your research. I remember at another speech I gave at the Red House, I asked how many people knew about the occupation of Alcatraz, and nobody knew about it. And this needs to be fixed. You guys need to research the occupation of Alcatraz. You need to research Leonard Poitier. You need to research the Dakota Access Pipeline. I was also I could not go because I was also in and out of hospitals, and I was 16, and the only option for me to get there would be to hitchhike from here. And yeah, if I did that, I would have definitely gone missing. Because the statistics for Indigenous women going missing is 1 in 3 Indigenous women go missing. Yeah, 1 in 3. Or are found murdered, like, in pieces, with cuts and evidence of abuse. So I avoid hitchhiking. That's just I'm not coming back from that. But I forgot what I was gonna say. But I'm so sorry, guys.
White people need to do better, do their research.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Okay. I have ADHD. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you need to do this research. Also, you need to research the tribes and our traditions. From when you're here, what we did a round dance. It's like a greeting dance. Traditionally, when there's no COVID, we shake hands with everybody when we're doing that dance, and usually it splits in half, so people are going the opposite way. So you shake everybody's hand, because you say hello to everybody, because everybody is worth saying hello to. That is a part of the culture of this area. I do not know how many other areas the culture's of, but it's very common at powwows, if you've ever been to one, and it is also common at wash it ceremonies, which is one of the religions of this area, which you would know if you had researched it, because it's pretty easy to find. Actually, just kidding, it's really hard to find, but you need to do that work anyways. Yeah, so please do the work, and then please, like the previous speaker said, we need to do direct action. In Portland, water is very affected by the dams on the rivers. There are multiple dams on the Columbia River. There are dams, I know for a fact, on the Klamath River. And those need to come down. Those need to not exist anymore. That's a really big direct action, and I understand it needs planning, but that needs to happen, and y'all need to support that, because the salmon are dying, our rivers are being polluted, and you can't drink out of them, and you can't catch salmon. We've been catching salmon on the Columbia River for over 10,000 years. But the U.S. government in the 1950s were like, no, you're never going to do that again, because we're going to put up this dam, and we're going to completely ruin this ancient trading ground that has been there and have been occupied for over 10,000 years. So, yeah, sorry, this is not my best speech ever at all. This is pretty bad, but thanks for listening. Water is life.
Great.
That was terrible. Sorry.
It's
Danny.
Aloha mai. I'm going to keep this really quick. So, people from the Dakota Pipeline stood in solidarity with the Native Hawaiians during Mauna Kea, which is still happening. If you haven't heard of that, something to also research too. Find that a lot of our struggles are separate but interconnected, and all fall into how today's society has constructed us to be comfortable with everything that we see here. So something like seeing clear water coming out of our faucets makes it easy to forget that other people do not get that. Other people do not get the privilege of having clean water to give to their children, to give to their crops, to have a sustainable way of life. So, since people have shared their beautiful culture, which I need to do my research as someone who is an Indigenous person, I also need to do my research. And a lot of these things that we're doing is going to be really difficult and really hard, but we like having the time and space to listen to each other is going to be part of those steps that we need to take to move forward. And growth doesn't come easy. Change never came from comfort. So I hope that we can all take some of what we heard from tonight, from these great speakers, opening their hearts and tearing open some of these traumas, which like doesn't close when they go home. They go home with these wounds open, and even more open than they were, to share with you folks. So I want to share something that King Kamehameha would say to his warriors, because as we move forward, we are warriors. People, everyone here, we're all fighting the same battle. And we're going to have to fight this battle together. So this is something that King Kamehameha said to his warriors before battle. It translates to, "Forward, my young brothers, and drink of the bitter waters. There is no turning back." Imua inapo ki inu ikavai ava ava. Ahoi haopai e maiai. So I'm going to ask for some participation here, if people do not mind, because I do want us to go home and move forward from there on tomorrow and every day and breath we take after that, because change comes from you, and you can be the change that you want to see. And water is something that every decision we make with our consumerism will impact that. Every straw you ask for, every disposable cup you get, every piece of paper, all of that takes water. Almond milk? Fuck almond milk. That shit takes so much water. So let's be conscious of our consumerism and something like this. So I'm going to say, Imua ina pa'uki'i. And I want people to say, Ai, inu kivai ava ava. Yes, I will drink the bitter water. Inu ikavai ava ava. And remember, we're going into battle. Like, things are not going to stop after tonight. They're not going to stop after tomorrow or even a month from now. This is going to be something long, and we're going to have to endure. So let's put in some heart into this. It's going to be, Ai, inu ikavai ava ava. Are you ready? Do we need another time? One more time? I'm hearing that one more time. Ai, inu ikavai ava ava. Imua ina pa'uki'i. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate the effort. You guys make my heart so full. All right. Thank you all. And I hope we have a wonderful night. Okay. Not a good idea. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to have a closing song, and then we're all just kind of going to disperse from here. There's lots of cars here, so what I ask is that everyone kind of help each other get back to their cars. We can shuttle if we need to once I get back to my car, so if you need a ride, just kind of hang out or make sure to offer if you have a car here as well. So thank you guys.
Oh,
Mini Wichoni! Y'all get home safely. Thank you for coming out tonight. Hope you like Tonka. We appreciate your being.
Have a good night, Jedi. It's good to see you again. You too, Ian. See you around. Thanks.
Still, to this day, the only place where I think there's ever another round.
Really sweet. Very sweet.
I wanted to tell you good, great speech, Manny.
Thank you, Fizzle. I did
That was a great speech. It really was.
I tripped up on it. Thank you.
No, you were great. I think just people have a hard time like with the pronunciation.
No, that's fine.
They get self-conscious.
No, that's totally fine. That's why I was like...
Great seeing you. Yeah, you too.
People,
See you around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, people did it with love. I was like...
How'd you feel about the march?
Wait, is that fucking iPhone 65? It's fucking
Wow.
So anyway, how did you feel about the march and everything?
I was doing a different kind of support.
Yeah.
I didn't really catch a lot of it. I was making sure people didn't get run over.
You get the speeches though, right?
Yes. Yeah. I was like, yay! And then these people made amazing shirts.
Yeah. Somebody
Shirts are so fucking cool. Like so fucking cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you worked it.
I don't know if you guys have been introduced. We were all at Red House together.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys all remember, but yeah. Anyway, so.
Hello.
Anita?
I think somebody wanted to meet you.
Thank you. Hello.
You need a ride to take drugs.
So anyway, I'm gonna do a little gonna do a little outro here by myself, just to wrap it up here. I'll see you soon. Hold on, let me make sure that I can do this in a way that it makes it so people don't feel like they're being streamed. Okay, there we go.
Hey folks, everybody that's out here, if you are walking home, this van right here is taking several people home. We will take everybody that needs to go home.
That's a smoker's cop. That's not a
not walk home.
So anyway, that was a really great, that was a great march. Sorry, I haven't had a lot of opportunities during this march to, I really had a lot of opportunities during this march to talk to you guys. I'm sorry about that, especially after being gone for 2 weeks. So, which by the way, it was a quarantine. That was the reason why I haven't been here. It's fallen off. It's not that there haven't been events to stream. I'm just, for public safety, since I traveled to DC and New York City, decided to just do a little 2-week quarantine and be all good. Other than that, I love the march. It was great. Sad I didn't get to talk to you guys more, but I'm thinking about maybe tonight, maybe I'll go home and maybe do like a little home stream in a little bit. I'm not sure on that. Maybe not. Depends on what we do when we go back. So, So anyway, I might do that just so I can talk to you guys some more because it was fun before we came out. Like it was fun getting to talk and just kind of bullshit with you guys. So no, I'm not going to Snack Man. I'll see you guys around.
How are you getting home? Quiver? What?
Can you come here real quick. Dak, is your stream still on?
No.
Okay.
Is yours?
Yeah, it is. I'm saying goodbye.
How are you getting back?
But yeah, I gotta go. So, good to see you guys. I'm glad to be back out. It feels really good. Subscribe, like, follow. follow. If you can't subscribe, it would help a lot. I've got 2 weeks to catch up on like, you know, keeping myself going. And besides that, I think I'll go live later on tonight. So, see you guys. I might go live. Not sure. No promises.
You know which direction Alder Street is?
Never ask me directions. Never. That is.